Before we start our next show, just wanted to say thank you for joining the Ishan Skiing community. You guys have been amazing. Thank you for listening, for learning, and for growing. If you like any episode that we ever put out, like, follow, share. That's the only way we're gonna grow. So thanks again. And now, on to the show. Welcome back to another episode of Talking at Ishan Skiing. Yes, we are back in our safe space we call
Treetop Studios.
All right, guys. So we're gonna start it off like, well, we just pick up where we left off last time. So first of all, I love the sweatshirt. That's for sure.
Thank you. It was gifted to me.
Oh, that's awesome. Great gift. So yeah, then we're just gonna continue our conversation with what's going on in the world. And first of all, I want to say it was just a picture that I saw, which was obviously I want to start with vibes and stuff, but that picture of the Empire State Building in the green and red, the picture that I think you posted and I posted or something like that, straight down the Ave, at Madison Square Garden when you're looking at the picture, Madison Square Garden was on the right side, so I know exactly where that picture was taken from. And just to have the flags there and in the Empire State Building. And I know we were driving to the city. It was because of what was going on, the demonstrations that were going on at that time that you have brought to light and stuff. And I think you tried to quick Google it and it wasn't. But I don't know, after watching that picture, I was like, yo, that you know what I'm saying? That makes sense. That was absolutely awesome. I just wanted to get your thoughts about the picture and the whole effect that
it was so dope. I'm like, oh, the irony. They put that up because the holidays obviously are coming up. So it was green and red for, I think, the Rockefeller Rockettes. I think they were doing like their debut that night or the night after, something like that. But because of the demonstrations going on in Times Square, the picture just aligned perfectly with the Empire State Building lights. And I'm like, oh, would you look at that? These motherfuckers, they had something else intended and it just aligned with what we had going on. So it turned out looking beautiful.
It was. I'm telling you, man. It was, first of all, Friday night for that absolutely gorgeous night. It was like perfect fall weather. Not only to hang out and stuff, but to have a protest, and everything just fell in line. So it was just pretty cool to see. I saw that picture. I was like, yo, that's what's up, man. It's just like the universe is speaking, and
yeah, that was a perfect night for a protest, and that light just cherry on top.
Yeah, that definitely was. So obviously, I wanted to start it on a good note. That's some hope, right? And the hope continues because it's been around the world. I mean, there's been post after post after post after post of people being so positive and putting that energy out there and everything. And in the world of social media, a lot of people representing the flag behind you. You know what I'm saying? And supporting the flag behind you, and that's been awesome to see. Right on that aspect, and then the other aspect, obviously, the real life situation that's going on. So still coming across, those videos of there was one guy was walking holding his baby. I don't know if it was a boy or girl, but obviously, if I had to guess by just the length and everything, I'm going to say maybe 7, 8, 9 years old in that range, and seemed to be lifeless, you know what I mean? And he looked like he was just like a zombie, just walking. It was hard. Some of these images are real hard, because number one, as a parent, you're like, damn, yo, like I would never, when you have kids, your kids are supposed to bury you, not the other way around, and to see a video like that, man, and sometimes I might look at them for 5 seconds and turn away because I already get the gist of the video. But in this case, I kind of just continue watching this video for as long as it was, because it was heart wrenching. So anything that's going on that's super positive, right? And I love it. Don't get me wrong, but there's videos like those that just leave you speechless, like leave you sort of in that same feel as that gentleman was with his kid in his arms and just so kind of tough. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And those are the atrocities that are going on. And I think to me about an hour ago, maybe, a reporter lost her life. Um, I didn't get her name, but I think you definitely posted it, and her family all passed away and stuff like that. And I think that was today. So, um,
Yeah.
if you know her name, please.
I
So
honestly, I
yeah,
forgot her name. I don't have it on the top of my head, but to touch on all three points that you just made, I've been thinking and I've been reflecting on my emotions lately and how like engulfed I've been in not seeing friends, posting or had only posted maybe one or two things and then oh, they forgot about it and they're just posting their regular life and how much I was dwelling on that and so invested in that. But to your point, watching the world stand behind us in the millions, not just thousands, not just hundreds, but in the millions in singular locations has been so amazing and just astonishing in so many different ways. And I think that's really helped me with my emotions and realizing, like, yeah, okay, I have these people in my circle, but I don't need them. We have the world behind us, and that should make us so proud, to know that people are opening their eyes and people are standing with us, standing behind us, standing next to us. So I feel like for me at least, I want to stop putting my energy into those individuals who are not posting anything, at least, and I'm not talking about everyone, I'm just talking about my immediate friends. And I think for me, like why I was dwelling on that so much is because these are supposed to be my people standing next to me, standing with me through whatever I'm going through, because I would do the same for them. But I'm pretty sure in a previous episode, I expressed one of my favorite quotes by Shakespeare was expectation is the root of all heartache. And I think that is my downfall because I expect myself from other people. And I know that's how I always disappoint myself because they always fail me. But coming back to seeing all of these people around the world standing with us gives me all that much more power, all that much more energy. And it just makes me so happy to see because it's such a beautiful thing, to witness. Like, yeah, we're witnessing a genocide, but also witnessing solidarity universally. And obviously not coming from politicians because they're all punk ass bitches, but just to see the world standing with you in singular locations in the millions is something I've never even thought I would ever see in my lifetime. Like it's just nuts. So yeah, that's been beautiful. That's really helped me reset my emotion and just refocus because I really don't want to give time and energy to those people that have disappointed me. So again, very beautiful thing to see, and I hope that we continue seeing that to start making a change in this world. But I also wanted to touch point on your other thing where you said, you shouldn't be burying your kids, they should be burying you. This is something I've seen time and time again, but they always say that Palestinian mothers always carry their kids twice, once in birth and once in death. And that's just something that's always been for the Palestinian community. So it's not a surprise to us, it's a surprise to the people because people are just now learning about these atrocities and these struggles that we've endured for the last 75 years. It's sad, it's a shame, obviously, but it's nothing new to our community. I hate to say that, but that's the reality. And then, as far as like the journalist point that you made, if I'm not mistaken, I think the count is at 67 different journalists that were covering the area have been killed and their families have been attacked, whether they've all been wiped out or not. They're attacking these journalists because they want to minimize the coverage on what's going on. And that's why they are making headlines so much. But for some of them, like, they don't want to attack them so brutally or kill them all at once because they know that if that hits the media, everyone is going to be in even more uproar than they already are for silencing them. But that really is the ultimate goal, to silence these journalists, these reporters, so that coverage does not get out. But They already lost that war. We won. We're winning, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, nah, and then just as you were talking, there was another report. I think this was a couple of weeks back. A gentleman, he was obviously reporting what was going on, and his whole wife, kids, the whole 9 yards, got wiped out.
Yeah,
And the last I saw was just like him going through it. Obviously, he's crying and everything because he's, you know what I mean. It's an emotional time, but he continued. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start making it my priority to write these people's name down, so we just won't talk about them like that without giving them that recognition. And hopefully, I come across that video again of him so that I can try to pronounce his name the best way I can. But
I,
as
if
long
if I'm not mistaken, I think you're talking about. I don't know if it was Wissam. Wissam might have been a couple of days ago, or I think Wahid was maybe the one you're talking about. Definitely one of them.
right,
But yeah, I do remember that headline.
right, this was like, yeah, this was definitely a couple of weeks back and stuff. But he continued to report. So
Hmm.
that takes a lot because you don't even have time to sort of realize that your family is gone, right? Obviously it, but now emotionally you gotta sort of digest it and stuff. And for him to just continue to do what he got to do and stuff from a professional point of view, I can't even imagine. You know what I mean? And so
Hmm.
shout and everybody that's out there doing their thing. There was another young lady that I came across because you posted, um, and her video. It was just sad because she's out there in a tent pretty much, and it was raining, it was cold, the whole 9 yards, and
That's her name is Basan. She's another reporter.
right, and she was crying in the whole 9 yards, and man, you could feel the pain right through the screen. You know what I'm saying? And then a couple of videos later, she posted she was up in spirits and smiling and stuff like that. So that emotional roller coaster is just something that is just day in day out. But the smiles,
Yeah,
and
it,
the positive continues. Guy.
it's definitely a roller coaster that they're going through emotionally. I mean, not for nothing, but I feel like their spirit, it's been evident that their spirit is really uplifting the world and shocking the world. Like, how could you be going through all of this and your faith is still so strong? Like, God is still the greatest. And, you're still praising Him and you're still pushing through. And it's wild, like going through Instagram. I see so many random posts about people um, converting to Islam because of this. And I'm like, wow, like this is wild. Like it's crazy because not only are we winning the war of social media and getting the truth out, but there are people who are actually converting to Islam. And just a reminder, like Palestinians are not just Muslim, they're also Christians. But I think just like seeing the faith in these people has been so like motivational and just wild for a lot of people to witness. Like, wow, I can't ever imagine me being in a situation like that and keeping my faith. How are these people doing it? It's
Yeah,
really awesome.
yeah, it is. It is. I mean, I've seen those posts as well. I've seen a couple of UFC fighters, and they're nowhere near uh, uh, in the Middle East. I'm talking about Australian, New Zealand UFC fighters and stuff. And all of a sudden, they, because of this atrocities, they happen to pick up the Quran and the.
Mhm.
Hope I pronounced it right. And they switched. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean you have to pick up the Quran. You could pick up the Bible. You could pick up whatever just to get
Yeah.
spiritual understanding and know-how. And you know I just love the faith, really, like what you said, man. I mean, there was another. Damn, shit. Hold up. There was one picture because it's kids, man. It's fucking kids, right?
Mhm.
And oof, damn. So there was this picture, the little girl just with a camera, and I posted it, and it was just big smile.
Mhm.
And in the back, you can see like something hanging, or it looked like clothing from a tent, sun, shadow.
Mhm.
And I'm saying to myself, damn, man, like you wish you can just go through the screen, grab this kid, and just pull him to you, you know.
Yeah.
And but yet she's living it at that age.
Mm-hmm.
And then the amount of trauma that she's going to go through because she's living in it and become an adult, and hopefully she finds her way spiritually, emotionally, physically, the whole 9 yards, to be a better person. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like you look and it's a kid, man. It's a kid with a beautiful smile. And all these kids got dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And their dreams might be different from the kid that's growing up here or somewhere else in the world. Probably their dream is just to see another fucking day. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
I literally saw a video on that, and it was, I think, like, I don't know, I guess a bunch of like little kids from the US, and some guy saying, "Oh, what are your dreams?" And they're like, "Oh, I want a Ferrari, I want $1 million, this and that." And then he meshed it with another video of the kids in Gaza who were asked, "What are your dreams?" And their dreams were, "I wish my brother could come back to life." Just like random things like that, like, "Oh, I wish I could see my father again and tell him I love him." And it's like, wow, like, if that's not eye-opening to you, like, and how grateful you should be for what you have, just seeing these kids, and they're like, in the videos, they were like ages, what, maybe 5 to 8 years old. And just seeing them express themselves in that way in comparison to kids from here, it's like, wow, I can't believe we live on the same planet as each other. It was alarming in a way, and very scary and concerning. It's just sad.
I mean, it is. I remember there was one thing that you said a while back ago that, we live on the same moon, the same stars, the same everything, but it's just we live like on different freaking planets. That's amazing to me. If I would have saw that video, Isha, I think I just would have been bawling out.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. It's just crazy how sometimes we just take shit for granted.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
And then,
100%.
and then now it's like you're starting to see humanity at its raw level, at essence.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like waking up and being grateful to be alive.
No, for sure. It's crazy. It's like I was thinking about it this weekend too. Like, yeah, we grabbed a bite to eat, and I went to a friend's baby shower over the weekend. And those were the first things that I have done at that point in time in the past 43 days. I haven't done anything because I felt so emotionally debilitated and mentally debilitated, like, cannot function. And I feel like that goes for a lot of my people. But as I was there, in these moments, I couldn't think about anything else. And even though, yeah, I was there physically and I was engaging in conversation, mentally, like, no, I was completely absent. And I'm like, wow, like, what the fuck? Like, is something wrong with me? I literally can't focus. And this is all that I could think about. This is all that's like consuming me right now because I feel guilty, doing otherwise or thinking otherwise. Like, it makes me wonder. And I guess that's where also some of my anger and frustration comes from, like thinking about my friends. For me, it's like, okay, yes, I know I'm Palestinian, but I'm not Sudanese. I'm not Congolese. There's been 12 million deaths in Congo, and nobody's posting about it. Even like there was news that came out about Breonna Taylor's murder by that cop. I don't know if you remember that story. I reposted about that. Nobody reposted that either. Like, it's not just, yeah, obviously these genocides are not just classified as a hate crime, or it's not, oh, like, I'm here in the US and somebody smacked the shit out of me, I want the world to be in uproar. No, these are 3 genocides happening in our lifetime. And I don't know, I just like often think back to how debilitated I am because of these atrocities that we're witnessing, and how people are so capable of easily posting their regular life like it's nothing. Like, if you're talking about it in person, amazing, like, that's awesome. But what's holding you back from posting or reposting things? Like, you're so capable of posting what you're eating, what you're doing, what you're watching, but you can't post about any of these 3 genocides, any of them. It's weird to me. It makes me feel like, my God, like, do these people have feelings? Am I feeling too much? But then I think back and I'm like, no, I'm not. Because on the other hand, you have the whole world feeling the same thing. So what is wrong with these people? Like, what are the differences? I don't know. It's weird. It makes me think about a lot of things in so many different ways. And I could be rambling right now, but it's it's really, really interesting to watch these people from the other end of a phone screen. And I know, like, yeah, I lost my shit emotionally a few times, and I'm like, fuck everyone, like, I hate you all. But I mean, not for nothing in the moment, that's how I truly felt, you know?
Hmm.
And to an extent, I still feel that way. And I vented to a couple of friends about it. And even after venting, like, I still don't see them reposting anything. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with them? Like, literally, I feel like something is wrong with them emotionally.
Right.
You know, I spoke to one of my friends too, and he was mentioning, like, what if people donated and they're just not saying anything to you? I'm not asking anyone to make any announcements and be like, hey, Ish, I donated. I don't give a fuck. Like, if you did, amazing. Like, I'm so happy. Like, that means a lot. But you don't have to make any announcement. Not for nothing, but those donations aren't getting to anybody to begin with. And it all starts with the power of social media. I'm not friends with your friends. Why not repost? Maybe you have someone in your circle who supports Israel. And if you post something, it'll be eye opening to them. I know a few people that that's happened to. So who's to say that it wouldn't happen to you? You know,
Right.
it makes a big difference. And especially the content you choose. Like, yeah, you could repost, it could be something very general and not really stating, oh, there's a genocide happening in one of these three places. It could be something very broad, and that's not going to get the message across. You have to be very selective with what you're reposting. But I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I'm in a weird mental limbo about a lot of people in my life because it just makes me wonder, like, what's going through your head?
Talking That Ish and Skeen podcast is now available on iHeartRadio and Apple Podcast. Say word, Skeen. Word to Big Bird. So now our show, me and Ish, you know how we doing it. Talking That Ish and Skeen podcast is now available on Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts. No excuse. You can't miss us. We there, we everywhere. Say word, Skeen. Word to Big Bird. So we'll talk to you soon. Take care, guys. Peace. What's up, guys? It's your boy Skane here, back to let you know and remind you that my co-host Aisha has an amazing poetry book called Treetop Echoes. It is available now on Amazon as well as Barnes and Nobles. So if you're in the market for a new book, please pick it up. You will not be disappointed in this amazing poetry book. So the name of the book, once again, Treetop Echoes, available on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles. Get your copy today.
For real.
Right. It could be that bubble life. You know what I mean? That people just want to live in this bubble. They don't want to deal with it. Or the simple fact of the matter is, and I know it probably sounds fucked up, but what that got to do with me attitude? You know what I'm saying?
I've
Until,
heard that.
right,
Mm-hmm.
until it becomes, right, your problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's little by little. You know what I'm saying? All these type of things have a ripple effect, and they do. And eventually, it, it'll be time where it'll be at your front door, and now
Mm-hmm.
support of everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And some people might be like, well, you didn't support me or whatever the case is, and I kind of hate that in a way too, because it's human, man. We're
That's
fucking.
my point. Yeah.
So I don't know. It could be something between the ears. It could be something, like I said, they don't want to deal with. They don't want to touch. They don't want to do this, that, or the other. You know what I'm saying? It's just who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I can see your point where it's really frustrating. But back to your point when we first started this podcast, you know, you seen the support throughout, you know, the millions and millions, that it's just been absolutely awesome to, man, Canada, the UK. Wow, I mean, Brazil, Chile. The concerts in Chile has been crazy. Um, and it's just everywhere. Yemen. Am I missing? Was it
A lot of
Paris one? I believe
uh,
Paris. And
yeah. In Paris, they had in Germany, they actually banned people from flying the flag, and people were still protesting and flying the flag. In Indonesia, they had a group of 2 million people gathering. It's just been nuts. It's been so freaking crazy and amazing,
right,
beautiful. But that's my point. Like, we don't need our friends. We got the world.
and right, even just to remind everybody, man, when you start a business, it's never your friends that support you. It's
Hmm.
always those people from the outside. Like me, when I became a soccer trainer, it wasn't really none of my friends. It was total strangers.
Hmm.
Support you and believe in you, and all of a sudden they ask for your help. Who train my kid and stuff. It was never a friend, you
Hmm.
know, community and other people coming out, and it's just that's the way it is. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I'm glad you're feeling that spirit. I mean, I love watching the crowds and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like it gives you that hope, right? That glitch
Hmm.
stuff. So that's been amazing. But yeah, so you got to deal with the positive and the negative, and hopefully the positive is outweighing the negative. But still, man, like I said, man, those images and the news and this, that, and the other, and the bombings and stuff like that. That shit is just heart wrenching because you feel like every time you see something positive, you'd be like, yeah, 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 and then pow, you get hit,
Hmm.
read something, or you come across a post and you're like, fuck, and then you you, you try to find that life again and that courage and that energy to continue. But like,
Hmm.
man, every post is every post, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm coming across. I mean, my whole feed is just post after post after post after post, and you open your eyes to something, and you're like, oh man, this is why it took so long for the algorithms to get to me or something like. And it's true,
Yeah.
it's absolutely true. There was one. I don't know if I saved it, but once again, it was sort of, and I know we had touched upon it before, but it was just pictures of Palestine. Oh, that's what it was. It was Bible. Open it, bam, you went to it, and it was just a map, and it was just Palestine. It was
Yes. I
real.
posted that.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And there was another, like they went to another Bible, and it was the same thing, and it was just like, yo, but yeah, this is not your shit.
Hmm.
Basically, this ain't your shit. If
Yep.
you know what I mean, and now you're trying to make it you know, you your own, and it's just like, but here's
I,
like
I
here's the
love how I
yeah,
love how they say the Jews were there before, and like, yeah, we know that. But the Jews, we were living together, but you European Jews were not there. Y'all are not from there. They're different Jews that were there. That narrative is crazy to me, but they love bringing that shit up.
what was that video I think you posted? I came across it. Shit, I'm going around someone. I'll be like, yo, I think each posted it, and then maybe it was your cousin or all the
Yeah.
algorithm. But I think that U.S. Senate lady died a while back ago or something like that. Um,
Oh, I posted that I think earlier today and I deleted it. Yeah, I
right.
keep posting shit, deleting it because I'm trying to get people to see my stories. It's like I don't want to drown it out too much, but
Yeah, nah, but she was like, she was saying, yo, they need to go back to Poland and Germany and all that.
yeah.
You know what I'm? And I'm here. You're absolutely right.
Hmm.
You're absolutely right. It's just go back to where you originally came from and stop fucking around, man. Get the fuck out of here, big nutshell.
But that's what I told you too. Like they're literally, it's against the law for them to take a DNA test because it's going to expose their roots. And I showed you my DNA test, so I'm 100%, baby.
What? You ain't 100%. I mean, the like when you take those DNA tests, that shit don't come back 100%. It comes out.
Okay, I was Palestinian and literally all of Africa.
Okay, cool. I respect.
But it's 100%. It's not like it's Palestine and all of Europe.
Right. So what was your Palestinian percentage?
I think it was like 48%, and then the rest were all different parts of Africa.
Right. I broken down and stuff. Right.
Yeah, exactly. It was like Nigeria. I don't know. And then it like got into like different tribes and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Which one did you do?
I did the ancestry DNA or something like that.
Right.
It's the green logo one.
Right. I think my daughters did 23 or something like that. 23.
Okay. I almost did that one. I forgot why I chose not to.
I don't know. I mean, they waiting for me to do. My daughters are waiting for me to do it because their mom did it, so they know exactly. All right,
It's mad dope. You go on there, bruh. When I tell you I went on there and it showed, oh, this is your third, fourth, fifth cousin. It's mad random people like black people, Hispanic people who are like mixed with this random ass like Palestinian who's technically my third cousin, but I don't know who the fuck they are.
right,
It's so weird because you're like, yo, what if like these are people I pass up on a regular day?
right.
They would be like, yo, we're blood related by like X amount. It's weird. It's so wild, but it's dope at the same time.
But I know if I do it, it's gonna be 100% G. You know what I mean?
I want to know when you do it. Let me know what it says.
It's gonna be OG, triple OG. No, anyway. So I am, but I think I'm gonna. I think it's 23, and I think it's called 23 and Me or something like that, or something like that. I think.
Yeah, I've heard of that one. Do whatever your girls did because it's cool to like connect you guys to each other and shit.
Yeah. So like that, they won't be like, "Oh, Dad, you crazy? Shut up," and stuff. But no way.
You gonna fuck around and find out you got kids somewhere in the world that you don't know about.
But no, back to it. Yeah, nah, that video was funny. You know, little old lady and stuff. She was like, "Yo, tell him to go back to Poland and all that."
Yeah, her white ass. She's so cute. I love that.
Posted it. I didn't hit the volume on it, so I was just like, "All right," and I kind of like just breezed through what you wrote, and then I'm saying, "All right, let me listen to it," because I already thought it. Like in my head, I was like, "God rest her soul," but in my head, I was like, "Yo, why she look like the Joker?" You know what I mean?
Stop. That's
So
not.
I thought it was gonna be something bad, but it turned out to be something good. But you see what I mean?
I
I was,
love when white people are righteous like that, man. They know what the hell they're talking about. Especially when they're in high power like that and they don't give a fuck like what anyone says or thinks and they just speak their mind. That's
right.
amazing because it's very rare that we get that.
Yeah, but at the same time, we got the fake joints, right? We got the fake cats out here, and I think I posted a couple of videos of that where there was a couple of guys. Russia is doing it to Ukraine. Nah, this is an atrocity. They can't, they're bombing buildings and killing kids and all this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden now Israel is doing it, and then there was one jackass. He was like, "Well, that's part of war." But when it was 8 months ago, when you were talking about Russia doing it to Ukraine, it was an atrocity. It was war crime, whole 9 yards.
Was
And
it
now,
Blinken who said that?
yes,
Blinken, right? I can't stand him. He was talking all this shit, and then out of nowhere, he sees that they're losing the social media war, and they see that, we have all these millions of people standing behind us, and he starts to change the narrative in support of us. But we all know that it was just for the propaganda. His lying ass was not supporting no. Mm-mm.
none
Oh,
of
I
them,
can't stand him.
none of them cats, man. I swear to God, none of them cats, man. You can't believe a word they fucking say. That's
No.
right. That's always been politics, and there's always going to be politics, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, whatever, man. I should run for politics and just be like, "Man, get the fuck out of here," and
I
stuff.
was literally just saying that. I don't know if you saw, I posted those Epstein videos on my story.
Mm-hmm.
I posted another one of this guy. I think he's Israeli on my story. And in the comments I was reading, they were like, oh, he was friends with Epstein. And what a lot of people don't know is that, like, let's say there are sex offenders in the US. These people run away to Israel because they're not going to get prosecuted if they go over there. That's like their safe haven. So Israel has a lot of sex offenders that live out there. And I would not at all be surprised. Actually, I'm sure that there's a lot of sex trafficking that happens through their governance because of that. So it's really a fucked up world. And I said all that because you said something about being in politics, and I was just saying I wish I was a politician. I would fucking rip a new asshole for all of these people.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't last. I wouldn't last.
Yeah. They'd
Like my
probably kill me.
yeah, like my first couple of speeches, like fuck you talking about.
Yeah, they'd probably like kill this motherfucker. He's ratting us all out.
Yeah, because I mean they don't have no HR department, so you know what I mean. You can do what you want. Fuck the fuck out of here. You ask me a stupid question, I'll be like, yo, you're a dumbass. Get the fuck, get him out of, shit like that. But anyway, but back to the video that you did post about the child trafficking stuff. Like,
Hmm.
goes obviously you fucking concerned and stuff like that. You're like, yo, because the shit happens right in front of you.
Hmm.
No idea, right? But the thing was, the only thing that kind of bothered me about that video was like, damn, like this dude was recording. Yeah, at no time can you call a cop or something like that, or just do something, or have a friend, or if you're with a buddy or something, call the cop. I want to see
Oh,
anything.
did you read that?
No.
This is at McAllen, Texas airport.
Hmm.
And apparently this van full of like kids like you saw in the video
Right.
arrive there every morning.
Yeah.
It's not a secret. So if he calls the cops, what are they really going to do? They're all in on this, I'm sure.
That's the sad part. But I mean,
Exactly.
but the thing is, they gotta be one dude, man. There's always that one person that wants to do right, that went into something to do right, to serve and protect. There,
Hmm.
like there was a video that I saw a couple of weeks back, and it was a New York City cop. Dude was about to jump from a bridge in one of the bridges in NY and in the city. And the guy was like, yo, brother, I got you. I got you. I got you. He kept repeating. I don't know if the phrase was, I got you. I'm here for you or whatever. But he just kept repeating it. Anyway, they grabbed the guy. The guy didn't jump. But the police officer just kept repeating that. So once they grabbed him, yo, he had a mental breakdown. Like his dash cam or what the cams that they have on their chest. Like you could hear him going to his knees and just crying because he just his life.
Hmm.
So I gotta believe, man. I know shit. This like I told you, man. I can't believe what type of world we live in, but I know there gotta be good people out there, man. There has to be. You know what I'm saying? There has, in every field and in every place of work, man. There's good people who want to do good and leave good behind. And I just hope, man. That's all I was hoping was like, yo, call somebody, man. It doesn't matter if they come or don't, but at least say in the video, like, yo, as I'm recording, I am calling the authorities to see, you know what I mean, or something. And no, don't get me wrong, I do appreciate the video and stuff like that, and hopefully, it has some traction now.
Now
But
I mean, you are right though. That is a good point. Like, there's got to be one good person, but I don't know. I guess just the way like I'm thinking about it and seeing it is like I'm so over the government and the judicial system. Just everything is like in a bubble. These people like really just there's a lot of corruption going on right under our noses, right in front of our eyes that we can't see. And it takes videos like this for us to take a seat back and be like, wow, like this is actually happening. When subconsciously we know that this is happening, but it's not in front of our eyes physically, where we're witnessing it for us to be alarmed. So when we see shit like that, it's like kind of shocking in a sense. Although again, we're subconsciously aware of stuff like this happening all around us. And it's scary. It's very concerning, but I feel like a lot of people have their hands in this pot of corruption and it's difficult to dig it out. It's difficult to address it. It's difficult to stop it because it's all about politics and greed.
about that money, right?
Yeah.
It's all about money, man, and it goes back to money and politics, right? So there was another video that I came across, and it was some British high government dude, and he's married to like an heiress of some security system or something. And he called, oh, it was the UK voted against a ceasefire. That's
Mhm.
what it, Parliament or something like that in the UK, or or England maybe. I don't know how that works over there. Their structure really, but they vetoed the ceasefire, and the
Mhm.
reason why they vetoed it is because the guy is married to some girl, and then that girl is heir to some company, and then that.
You're talking about Sunak, from the Britain Prime Minister. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, his wife's dad has, I don't know if he owns the Infosys company or if he has hands tied to Infosys, but
mhm.
yeah, that's the whole backstory with that. A bunch of bullshit. Infosys
Right,
is the company that he's affiliated with in
right.
one
No,
way or another.
he started the company, so that's his company, and then
There you go.
she's the one that's heir to the throne or whatever the case is. So that's why it always leads to money. Yeah,
Rishi Sunak, that's his name, Prime Minister. He's a bitch.
right. Hey, yo, that'll be my like. Oh, he's a bitch ass. That's
You a
yeah.
pussy, Sunak.
I'll be my over there and slap the shit out of him.
He's literally his fucking father-in-law's bitch. That's what he is.
That's what it is. That's what it
Mhm.
is. Fortunately, a lot of these people find themselves in these positions of power and stuff like that, and of
But
course,
that's how they find themselves in these positions of power, by being bitches. If you're willing to bow down to the money and bow down to the greed, all right, you got the position. You're good. That's what it is.
yeah, I think you're right, man. Because we're gonna do a video about keeping it. But once this, hopefully, this blows over soon. To be honest, 'cause I pray one day I wake up and I see one of your posts saying, "Yo, something amazing." So I be hoping. But when we get back to regular content, man, I got a lot of fire that we got to talk about. But that's absolutely right. That bitch ass kissing ass, and then it all comes to work related. Like
Yep.
if you're in a place of work and you kiss ass and your whole shit brown, yeah, you probably a boss. You're
You
gonna
at
get
the top of the totem pole. Exactly. That's how you get there.
the story. But that
Well, you're
said,
not a bitch then.
shut up. What the fuck you mean?
That's funny.
Anyway,
Yo,
yep.
it just came to my mind. Did you see the last video I posted? I think I sent it directly to you too. I was on the State of Israel Instagram page because their content is absolutely comedy. And I fucking love watching it to get laughs. I fucking, for those who didn't see it and don't know what I'm talking about, it's a video. Okay, it's basically a commercial that they made. And this lady goes to a secretary and she's like crying, talking about, I got raped at the concert, at the festival, I need help. And then they're like, oh, if you're Israeli, we can't help you. So they're trying to do like the reverse psychology because everyone around the world is standing with us. So they're trying to make it seem like, oh, it's a sad story for them or whatever. First of all, why the fuck do they love saying, I got raped, or they love, love, love telling people, I hope you get raped and dragged in the street? Like, first of all, why, like, rape is a real thing. People in the world really go through that. For you to just spew that like it's nothing is absolutely horrific because it's something and people really deal with it and people really go through this kind of shit. So for you to use that just as your fucking safety net or whatever it is what you want to call it for your insecurities and the wrongdoings that you're putting on people, it's fucked up. And then second of all, why are y'all making commercials in the middle of a genocide to try and get the public on your side because you know you're losing? I'm sorry, but when they cry, if you watch their videos of them crying, quote unquote crying, there are no tears in the videos. And it's just the funniest fucking thing.
The, the funny thing about that video, right? So I saw the whole, right? So like I said, the girl comes in and she's asking for help, and then the girls go, um, "You're Israeli?" And then she goes, "Yeah." Like, yeah, we can't help you. Right. So right there, I'm saying to myself, why would you do a commercial like that? Because that's what's going on. That's what's going on right now. That's exactly what's going on. So why would you even use that content and try to flip it? Because you're just painting exactly what's going on.
But oh, that's what they do. They paint a picture of what they're doing to make it seem like we're the ones doing that. What's even crazier to me is that they put this quote unquote commercial out, this propaganda commercial out, when their own IDF and government just fucking came out and confessed and said that they killed their own civilians on October 7th at that festival. Like,
So,
your government and your IDF is making these confessions, but you're making these dumbass commercials. It's not even making sense. Like, you're literally contradicting what your government and IOF, IDF, IOF, they're not a defensive fucking force. They ain't defending themselves from shit. What your IOF is confessing to. And then CNN also came out and confessed that the IOF staged the hospital with weapons to make it look like Hamas was there. And then with the calendar, where they said, "Oh, this is this is the Hamas schedule of who's watching the hostages," when it was literally a calendar written out. Like, y'all making up all this bullshit and think that people don't see through your lies? Are you kidding me? I think their desperation is just seeping through their pores, and they're realizing that the world is seeing it, that they're just fucking blurting out shit and not, I don't know. These are the dumbest people on earth. I'm totally convinced.
but talking about videos, man, and just like once again trying to bring this whole situation, right? Because you need to smile once in a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the video of the original video I saw, I don't know where it came from, but the guy was like, "Yeah, man, these are the tunnels." And all that, and I think we have somebody, whatever the case is, and then he kind of peeked down and it was a little toy or something like that. He was like, I got him, or whatever. Right? That voiceover was used. A baby was playing inside a tent,
Uh-huh.
so you can see the mom's hands. So she's using a voiceover like, I found a Hamas tunnel or whatever the case is. So they're using that audio, and then when she's going through the little tunnel, that little playpen with the balls, all of a sudden there's a little baby there playing with the balls, and I found the leader or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was cute to me that I was just like, yo, this is comical.
Yo, it's funny. Like,
Right.
this is such a sad, horrid, fucking atrocious time in humanity. And some way, somehow, they have, if they've done anything, they've been able to make us laugh through their fucking stupidity. They are literally just dumb. Dumb. I have no better word than dumb. Like, it's crazy, son. I don't know.
Hey, listen, at least, like I said, man, at least we're trying to find the humor in it and all. And I know, like you had said, you came, we went out for a bite on Friday and stuff like that. And the whole time I knew you were trying to keep off your phone and all that. But no, here's a couple of the things that I was like, man, at least, I saw excitement, right? Obviously you laughed, we had a great time, whatever. But what I'm saying, when we were driving, you saw the sign and you were trying to get the sign back. So that was like, oh, she's happy about something, right? And
Yeah.
that was, and then we saw the Empire State Building. It was like, yo, that shit is lit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of, you Googled it while I was driving and stuff like that. So that was another cool moment.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the course of dinner and just walking around, the city for a little bit and stuff, just to hear you laugh, you know what I'm saying? That was the whole goal.
Mm-hmm.
And when you said, damn, oh, I haven't been out like in 40 something days and stuff like that. And I already knew you were going to Melissa's baby shower. So shout out to Melissa. She looks so cute too. But why is she so little with a big tummy?
I
Even
don't
though
know, but it's her perfect size.
you said it was small, but I was like, oh, that's your big belly. But
No, but it's her like perfect, like petite size too.
it was just, you know what I'm saying, just to get you in good spirits and stuff like that. Because I knew you right back to it, and but just for to see those glimmers of hope, I guess, right? When we were driving and you saw the sign that we didn't see again,
Mm-hmm.
but shout out to Chicago because they had one and stuff,
Yeah.
and we posted that, so that was good on that. And then that, like I said, when we opened this podcast today, man, that picture, which I'm gonna repost, and I'll probably repost again and again. It was just absolutely magical just to see the colors on the Empire State Building and the flags down 34th Street was absolutely amazing. So it was a good good feel, good night. Like I said, man, Friday night was just absolutely perfection when it comes to like that. So shout out to New York and the weather.
Nah, shout out to the Rockettes. Perfect opening night for Palestine.
Hopefully I didn't lose you. It was my little one was calling and stuff like that. But I'll call it back. Hopefully we didn't get it interrupted.
I lost you for a second vocally, but I saw you still there.
All right, cool. So yeah, guys, like I said, man, we're gonna keep talking about this topic because this topic means a lot to us now. It's not just one sided. Now it means a lot to me. Before I get up out of here, we get up out of here. Yo, shout out to my homegirl Ish. So hold on. So she gifted the kid. Pronounce it again for me because I know I'm gonna mess it up.
A kafaya.
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 With a K or a G? I don't know.
A K.
Kafaya.
Exactly.
Shout out to my homegirl. She stuff like that. So I love it. So thank you so much. She knows red is my color too. Arsenal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You on that. So thank you so much. It means a lot to me. It's not going anywhere. It's gonna be here for years to come. But just to say that, I mean, this is not only a Palestinian thing, it's a humanity thing. Like we said, we're gonna deal on the positive and not the negative. But I'm gonna keep it to this. If you don't want to repost it, if you don't want to share anything, then fuck you, basically. And we'll leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. But if you out there taking the time, even just hitting a like on a post, man, congratulations. You're part of the humanity that we're trying to leave behind for my daughters. And for anybody who has kids out there and the kids in Gaza and the West Bank and anywhere in Palestine that are in fucking tents right now, man. Believe me when I say I pray for you every freaking night. And I know millions of people are praying the same way. And hopefully with all these millions and millions and millions of freaking prayers, one day we would wake up to freaking great news. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let my girl talk because I'm about to lose it. But I just want to say peace, man. And then when I say peace, I really mean it from the heart. Free Gaza, free Palestine, and anybody in the struggle, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. This means the world to me. I appreciate you, and I love you for real, straight up. And I'm gonna let my girl finish it off on this. Yeah, do your thing, girl.
Not you crying on me and making me ready to cry. How do you expect me to start talking? No, but honestly, like I love you. I truly, truly do. You are amazing. You have been there for me, allowing us to even speak on this topic means a lot from the bottom of my heart. And, with you mentioning the kids and stuff, there's oftentimes I wonder, like, people with kids who are not speaking up, and I've seen this post time and time again, but it's like when your kids are learning about this in history class or your grandkids are learning about this in history class and they ask you, how could you let this happen? What did you do to stop it? And your answer is absolute silence. Thinking about that, how does that make you feel? And it's sad. It's super sad, but I pray that this does stop soon, obviously. I pray for Sudan. I pray for Congo. I pray for Syria, Afghanistan, Haiti, Palestine. I pray for the world. I truly, truly do, because we are under the thumb of these men in power for greed and personal benefit. And it's unfortunate, but when we band together, and it's important that we do band together, at the end of the day, we will always be the winners. So I hope that those that are not speaking out do speak out, because the more of us, the bigger the strength and the bigger the win. If you do anything, pray and keep all of these places in your prayers in your mind. Even if you go about your day regularly, It's not to say, hey, you need to be miserable and stop living your life. No, but keep these people in your prayers, because we are so blessed and we are so fortunate to be living the lives that we are. We were put in these positions for reasons. We were aligned with these lives for reasons. We are their voices. And if we can't use our voices for their benefit, what's the point? What is the point? So, free the world, free Gaza, save Palestine. Keep praying.
Take care, guys. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Talking at Ish and Skeen.
Show you right.